I've had a load of messages in my inbox asking me for various John Mayer things. How do you do John Mayer's solo to such and such? And I think the easiest thing to do while I've got my friend Stuart here, because I have a camera, is to quickly do a quick style file. Hopefully you might learn some licks, you might learn some new pentatonic shapes. I can't sum up John Mayer in one video, so this video is destined to fail from the start. But hopefully some of this is going to be of use to you. Everything we're going to do is going to be in the A minor pentatonic scale, but I'll give you 3 shapes of it, so maybe, I'm not going to do them all, but you'll have the shape that's next up from your normal pentatonic scale and the one that's back. So you might learn 2 new shapes to start with. Let's go through these shapes before we start any of the examples. The first shape you're probably going to be quite familiar with. It's your normal pentatonic minor scale shape. We've got the frets are 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Okay, moving on, the next shape, which will be the next one that's up, it's still the same scale, it's just in a different shape, would be 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10. The shape that will come before this one would be 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5. Learn those big time, learn them all. John moves out in and around those shapes a lot. Okay, we have a list of relative questions that I got asked. The slidey SRV thing that John does in the 2 Rock video. If this is the one that I think it is, this is pure Stevie Ray Vaughan. One more time. Okay, you've got a downbeat, which is a slide, and then some triplets. There's kind of a cool muting thing on here, which is brilliant. A lot of people get this wrong, so let's analyse it. Your 3rd finger is going to pick on the 7th fret, slide up to the 9th. That's your downbeat. Then you need a triplet. You're going to pull up with your pick for these 3. A muted high E, no actual note. Then a G on the 8th fret there. To an E on the 9th, and that's your triplet. So it's 1 triplet. Okay. 2 and, you're going to slide back to a D on the 7th fret, and then a C on the 5th fret. 1 triplet, 2 and. Exact same idea, 3 triplet, 4 and. You're going to pick an A note at the 7th fret, you're going to slide up to the 10th. Upstroke on your B, that's one of those percussive notes, it's not a note, it's just a click. An E note there on the 9th fret, and a harmonic. And the 10th fret, slide back to the 7th. But yeah, he does that tons, it sounds great, you're doing a lot, you're doing relatively little but getting quite a lot for your money. That's kind of cool, that's that one. Similar thing that he does live a lot, you don't really hear this on records, is taking that percussive note idea 1 step further. John will occasionally take a set of 3 strings, and you've got a triplet there. This is slightly different, you've got a triplet on your downbeat, and then your upbeat is just a note. So you've got the notes aren't kind of important, it's just kind of a cool feel. How cool is that? Super easy. Down, 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 up on a note. All the fun of the fair. Similarly, before I move off that percussive note thing, try putting in anything of that vein into any single note line. So if you've got, you can just put a before a note. Simple as. Okay. The next next thing would be the shuffle, the Stevie Ray Vaughan type shuffle, and most of these licks actually are kind of like Stevie Ray Vaughan licks, where you've got this sort of swing feel with a nice heavy downbeat, beat your strings to death. All that sort of stuff, that's fairly self-explanatory. Jobs are good, you can change your pickup. There we go. It brings into the whole question of this muting thing. Just hearing one note at a time while getting a load of noise. That's particularly kind of cool. John Mayer type groove to practice that on. Who do you think I was? Kicking the Filth. Similar thing. Double stops. I can't really fit this into a minute. A double stop is any two notes played together. You might wish to research the caged system. Don't have time to do it now. So within any of those two shapes, you can get any two notes together and give you some double stops. John uses this a lot. This is kind of a Jimi Hendrix thing. Everybody's heard that. Any double stops, any two notes within the scale. Interestingly, it doesn't need to be Hendrix, you can just add some fourths in there. Sounds pretty meaty, that's fun. But learn the cage system. Jazzy type John Mayer things. Interesting. John will occasionally take a simple shape, maybe a Dorian scale, and he will put in a jazzy note which isn't in the scale, but he does it subtly. So if you have, say, maybe A, B and C here, and E and G, this note is not in key at all. E and G, this E flat, not in key at all. Sounds horrible. With a bit of swing, like these two notes are in key, G and A. This G sharp. He's so bad at the guitar. In context, if you slide quickly and treat it as a grace note, it just, you know, it's not jazz, but it, you know, it's lies. We can get away with it. Kind of cool. That's fun. How many minutes have we done, Stu? We've done 9 minutes. Okay, there is no more time. You're not gonna get into John Mayer's style in 10 minutes. Sound-wise, gauge 10 strings are good. We like those. One of these is a worthwhile investment. A little bit of compression goes a long way, and an Ibanez Tube Screamer. Are very, very cool things to have. But yeah, other than that, let me experiment with some triplet hammer-ons. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. I'll put you in the ballpark. Other things. Catchy bends. Nobody ever goes on about this. If John had to play a line, he'd probably D to E, C to A. He'd pick it, then catch this B string underneath, and now you're sort of grabbing onto 2 strings there. You can see that. So bend it up, grab the B string, engage the filth. fun. The obvious bluesy thing. Reluctant to teach you a bunch of blues licks. Learn some blues licks. You bend in thirds. You slide in thirds. Hopefully some of that should at least give you some licks to do until I get a camera of my own in a month or two and make my own videos. Thank you very much. Rate, subscribe, slag me off in the comments. Till next time.